Hey there, this is Laquita with QuitaBugHandmaids.com, and thank you so much for joining me today for another Stampin' Up! Tutorial. Today's project features the 10 of Cards stamp set. This set is on the retirement list, so if you're interested in getting this one, I would suggest heading on over to my online Stampin' Up! Store and picking this one up. I've also got a direct link to this stamp set just below the video in the description notes, and it'll take you straight to this set. Today we're going to be using the thank you sentiment right here at the bottom. So if you watched my previous video, I shared with you my April customer thank you cards and treats. So I shared with you how to create this bumblebee card. I love this card. So these cards were shipped out to all of my wonderful customers who shopped with me during the month of April. I actually shipped these out this weekend. So today I'm going to share with you how I created the quick little treat pouches that were also sent as their little gift with their thank you card. And inside of each one of these pouches, there's a few of our lace doilies, which are also on the retirement list. So everyone got a little treat pouch and one of these cards from me as a thank you, because I appreciate you guys so much. It just means so much to me that you guys support my little online business. I absolutely love what I do, and I'm just so happy to get to share it with you guys. And I'm so appreciative of everything that you all do. So let's go ahead and get started, and I will share with you how to create these easy treat pouches. All right, so I've got my Stampin' Trimmer here. We're gonna use this for scoring on our treat pouch. So I love the Stampin' Trimmer. I love that you get two blades with it. You've got a dark blade, which is your actual cutting blade. I'm gonna move that out of the way. And then you've got your lighter blade, and this is your scoring blade. So I think it's great that you can do both with one tool. You can cut and you can score. So I've got some of the Urban Underground Designer Series paper here for my treat pouch. So this is cut at 4 1/4 inches by 7 inches. And what I'm gonna do is just slide this in, and I'm gonna go over to this 1/2 inch mark over here on the right side of my Stampin' Trimmer, and I'm going to gently score. So when you're using Designer Series paper, you do not want to put too much pressure because you can just tear straight through. So I just did it very lightly. That's all you need. So now I'm going to rotate around to the other long side and score again at 1/2 inch. So I've got a 1/2 inch score mark on the right and the left side. Now I'm going to rotate around to the middle of my designer paper and score that at 3 1/2 inches. Okay, so all of our scoring is done. So just 3 simple score marks, very easy. And I'll have all of the measurements and scoring instructions over on today's coordinating blog post as well. Okay, so now that we've got everything scored, I'm just going to fold on all of my crease lines. You don't really need your bone folder when you're folding or when you're scoring your designer paper, because it's pretty thin. It's thin enough that, or lightweight enough that you can do it by hand, but if you want to, you can use your bone folder. Now I've got a long pair of scissors. I'm just going to cut along the score line down here at the bottom. I'm gonna cut all the way up to that 3 1/2 inch score line that we made. And we're actually going to remove both of these bottom tabs because you don't need them. So just score down to, or score up to that 3 1/2 inch mark. And then I'm going to rotate around, and I'm actually going to angle in and cut off that bottom tab. And when I did that, I also cut just slightly above that 3 1/2 inch score line that we made. Okay, so that's what I cut off there. So I'm going to go ahead and cut the same way on the other side. So you're cutting off just a little angled piece of the top tab, just like that. Okay, so now when you're done with your cutting, this is what you're left with. Okay, it'll look something like this. So now I'm just gonna flip my pouch over, and I wanna just add a little bit of, fast fuse over here on the tabs. You could also use snail because this is designer paper. It'll be fine. So now I'm just going to fold in those 2 tabs and fold up this flap, and just seal those together. Really easy to do. And there's our pouch. So easy. So now I'm bringing in a piece of Whisper White cardstock to do my stamping. So I'm stamping the thank you sentiment from that 10 of Tags stamp set, and I'm using my Delightful Dijon ink. This is one of our retiring in colors, so if you love this color, I would go ahead and pick up this ink pad. Now I've got my 1.5 inch circle punch, and I'm just going to punch this out. Okay. Now I've got a piece of basic black cardstock and my 1 3/4 inch circle punch. Just punch that out. So I'm just going to adhere my thank you to my basic black, just like that. Then we will flip this over and add a couple of dimensionals. Okay, there we go. All right, so as I said earlier, I'm adding some of our lace doilies inside as my little treat, but you can fit more than something flat in there. You can fit a small chocolate right inside and just seal that up. That would be a really cute treat. You could also fit a regular size tea bag. Just slip that right in. That would fit. That would be a great little treat to pass out to someone maybe who's not been feeling well. Got a sweet little treat bag inside of this little pouch. So that would be cute. So lots of different things that will actually fit inside of this little pouch. You've got a decent amount of room in there. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and add my little doilies right inside and just find the top because I don't want to staple my doilies. And then I'm just going to use my handheld stapler by Stampin' Up, and I'll just staple this shut. You can use a regular stapler if you don't have that one. Then I've got some of our satin, let's see, this is the vanilla satin ribbon, very vanilla satin ribbon. I'm just going to get a length of this. I think this should be long enough. And I'm just going to tie a very simple knot off to the left of my pouch. So just pull this through the bottom. Okay, use my finger to hold my place. Pull this through. And there we go. Just like that, super easy. And then I'm just going to angle in and cut off. Then for your sentiment, just make sure that you put your dimensionals at the top and the bottom of your thank you sentiment or whatever sentiment that you're using. That way it doesn't get in the way of your ribbon. And it'll also help keep your ribbon in place too. So just add this on. There we go. And that finishes up this simple treat pouch. It's so easy to make. All right, so thank you guys so much for joining me for this quick and simple treat pouch tutorial. I hope that you enjoyed. If you missed my video tutorial on how I created this bumblebee card, I've linked the video just below this video in the description notes, so head on over there and check this video out. So remember, you can purchase any of the supplies that you saw me use today by heading on over to today's coordinating blog post. I've linked it just below this video in the description notes. I also have all of the measurements over there, and I do have direct links to the product just below in the description notes as well. So thank you guys so much for joining me today. I truly, truly appreciate you, and I will speak to you again very soon. Bye now.